Hey guys, Ariel and Burley over here at Fy Nyth, where he is very excited because we're about to go for a walk. So we leave our house, we walk past the little creek below it. Got a little warmer and you can see it's kind of opened up. There's a spot showing. A couple days ago the whole thing was completely covered and hidden. So leave the house. There is a trail that goes into the national forest that stays packed because of snowmobilers and such using it. We try to go for walks most days. Sometimes only a mile if it's like way below zero, but usually 2 or 3 miles most of the time. Really likes to get in a few extra miles by hopping up on top of the snowbanks on both sides. I think he mostly does it because then he can see over. Because as we walk up this trail, you may not be able to tell, but there you can see the banks are far over his head, and so he can't see anything out of the lane. He loves digging in the snow. Down here. Hi, beautiful. Yeah, you are. And it's breezy. Let's keep going. He pretty much sticks right by my side. If he does start to get very far away at all, just give him a holler. And this is also one of our main times we practice different training things and new tricks while we're walking. Haven't seen a moose yet today. We do see one or more most days, so we might see one here in a bit. I should have said I walk 2 to 3 miles most days. I think Burley gets quite a bit more than that in. And how easy the walking is depends a little on how much fresh snow there is. The deeper the snow is, the more difficult the walking gets, but then it tends to get repacked by the snowmobilers who like to access the national forest here. Good boy, sit. Oh yes, that's a good boy. Good boy. Hey, lay down. Good puppy. Burley. Oh, you lost it. Okay. Sit. Good boy. High five? Oh, high five? Good job! It's a little hard to show while I'm holding the camera, but he's pretty good at all the tricks I've taken the time to teach him. Good boy! He's also really good at practicing recalls. Good boy, come on, the whole way up. And sit. Oh, good baby. Yeah, show people what a smart boy you are. Good puppy. Yep, and then we keep walking. We've just been practicing that stuff ever since he was tiny little guy. Just the whole time we walk, randomly do recalls and sits and downs and whatever else we're practicing that day. And then he gets to go back to his playing and investigating the smells and snowbanks and all of that stuff. Hi, pretty boy. He likes to check in all the time and see what's going on. We're going to keep walking. It's pretty nice and quiet back here. You occasionally run into somebody else, not very often. We are near a little creek, but you can't see or hear it in most places because it's frozen up. He likes to investigate everything that we run into. And I do carry a leash in my pocket in case we run into somebody who is out of control. But he's really good at sitting quietly beside me if we meet a vehicle and we just go on our way. Yeah, what do you see over here? Want to look over? I don't see a moose right now. I don't. Some days we do. Not right at this moment. Good baby. Good boy. Good puppy. Yes, you are. Okay, let's keep going. I try to practice like that as we go so that he knows coming when called is just a normal part of things we do. It's not like the end of all fun or anything like that. So he just gets to show up when told and go back to exploring. That little jump might have given you some idea of how tall the snowbanks are. They're about shoulder high on me. I can't see over them unless I crawl up them at this point in most places. Oh, now I do see a moose. I don't know if you can see her off down in the river bottom there. She's too far away. Burley doesn't see her at all. She sees and hears us. She's looking up here. We're just gonna go on our way. I know that I will get a bunch of questions about this. Well, first we're kind of up at the top of a hill. I mean, there's still a hill higher than us, but the drainage we're following kind of levels off here now. There would be a view of lower mountain peaks, except it's snowing too hard to see them. Anyway, yes, when we are walking out here, I do carry a backpack, and I always have things like bear spray in that, which bears are very much most likely should all be asleep right now, but bear spray is just a high-powered, higher volume mace basically, and so it's effective against any kind of mammal with mucous membranes. So I do have that, and then just, even though we're not actually very far from the house, we are out here where it's pretty snowy. You can see that moose down in there again from this angle. She's a good ways away. That little dark blob down there turning her head to look at us. Not little if you get close. And yeah, we're down in that kind of gap. You would be able to see mountains if it wasn't snowing so hard. But anyway, just because we are out here in the hills in the winter, or in the summer actually for that matter, I do always carry my first aid kit and extra layers and stuff like that, just in case anything would happen and one or the other of us would end up injured in any way, which never has happened. I love watching his happy little white tip of his tail. It's like his happy flag as he runs. The camera has a hard time keeping up with him in the very white snow. There's always lots of things to investigate. We very often see tracks from all kinds of things, but rarely do we actually see any critters when we're out here, other than the moose. But it could happen. He is very attentive. We haven't run into any snowmobilers out here today. I'm thinking maybe because if we went up higher, the avalanche danger is actually fairly substantial due to some recent and heavy snowfall. So maybe they all decided it was a good day to not go out and die in an avalanche, which is a good call. It's kind of nice because it makes it very peaceful where we're walking, and there is not avalanche danger in this area. I don't know if you can tell, but climbing the hill and wading through the 6 inches of snow or whatever we've gotten today does make one a bit out of breath. Good baby. We have been practicing this since he was little. That come means come right now. And then we always, good job. Good boy. Good boy. Always have him come sit at the end, just in case I did actually need him to be right with me for something. But we just practice it over and over, so he knows most of the time he can just go right back to sniffing what he was doing. He loves to shovel snow with his nose, with it all down underneath like that. And frequently that is what I see of him. Just his tail tip sticking out. Hey, baby boy. Sit. Good puppy. Lay down. Down. Good boy. Good boy. Good baby. Okay, let's go. And eventually we just turn around and head back to the house. It should be about a 3-mile walk today. Like I said, sometimes I'm a little wimpy and lazy, and if it's windy and way below 0, I will only go like a mile or something. But it's right around 20 and just snowing, so it feels pretty nice out here. It's a lot of work now if he wants to get off, especially the uphill side of the trail, because it goes up steep and the snow is pretty deep for him. He usually does little explores, and then besides, that's enough of that. You can go if you want, baby boy. It's just a lot of work to jump through that snow, you know? He never seems to tire of shoving through it, eating it, licking it, looking and listening around. What do you hear? Little Mr. Snowy Nose. I can hear the creek down there. Yeah, there's one spot where it's showing open water down there. Too bad I missed that. I love when he leaps off the side of the more packed areas into the deep snow. I think it's hilarious to watch. Hi, you getting stuck? Yeah, that's some work to get out of, huh? Hi, beauty. It's a snowpack under your collar. Yeah, good shake. When it really gets running, he gets an ear flopped inside out for a minute sometimes. He never even seems to notice. I think it would feel weird if I had snowflakes going down inside my ear. Hi, Goofball. What do you smell? We're back down to just about where we saw the moose when we were going the other direction. I don't see her. Since I know where one is, I always prefer if I continue to know where they are. But she must be curled up somewhere I can't see her. Definitely not up here on the trail. but also definitely not very far away, since that was only a few minutes ago. It's one advantage of me being way taller than Burley with his little eyeballs down there at snow level. I still see everything before he gets a chance to, because he can't see over those banks without hopping up on top. Because we're so lacking in snow, when he can get a snowball that's actually a frozen chunk from where a vehicle tires have passed and stuff, he loves it. He grabs it and tosses it. He's learned how to roll them down the hill for himself. He's just funny to watch play with snowballs. Aren't you? Never enough snow? Definitely not. Get it. He's still working on figuring out how one gets something out of the deep snow, and the pouncing on it really only pushes it in deeper. It doesn't help you get it out. He's such a happy little boy. Makes me happy just to watch him. Did you lose it? Go too far in the snow? You can't find it? If you throw it down that hill, it's going to be hard to bring back. Should have brought it on this side where it's more packed. Get it. Dig it out. Yeah, good job. Good job. Get the snowball. I do get to see this view of him pretty regularly. Tail and butt and nothing else. I don't know what he'll do for entertainment with himself once all the snow melts in the spring. I'll have to discover all kinds of new games. Sometimes we do more relaxed, casual walks like this with lots of time to sniff and chase snowballs and things like that. And sometimes, good shake, sometimes we do actual runs where we just keep moving. But then I can't run the camera. Good boy. Hey. Good puppy. Oh, yeah. For the easiest treats when walking, I found that just hot dogs, human grade hot dogs, dried out and chopped up into little bits and dried out in the oven for just a bit, make awesome dog treats. Most dogs love them. And no, I wouldn't feed a dog a diet of pure hot dogs, but they are a very handy treat. You gonna resurface out of that snowdrift? You disappeared. You sure did. He actually decided to go down the hill to explore. And to pee, I think. And coming back up, that's going to be a little bit of work. I don't know if the camera can really show how steep that is. What do you smell, baby? Is there something interesting? Yeah? Good baby. Good puppy. Hi. Oh, good. And we're back into the thicker trees going up the hill to the house. Like I said, that's our walk we do more days than not, and it seems to be a good deal for both of us. Burley always loves it, even though he gets to play outside a lot of the time anyway. There's a little house coming into view. More snow coming down all the time. Oh, I come inside, the camera lens is going to steam up. Wood stove is hot. Thanks for watching, folks. If you're interested in more info on my off-grid tiny house life, check out some of my other videos here. And if you like what you're seeing, click the little picture of my house to subscribe and then hit the little bell so YouTube actually notifies you every time there's a new video available. See y'all next time.